everybody. Thanks so much for coming. My name's Veronica. I work at Al-Bustan Seeds of Culture. We're an art and culture nonprofit that's dedicated to uplifting Arab arts and culture. So definitely sign up for our newsletter back there. If you want to join us for any future events, we host a ton of them. Just a few things, all the artwork on the walls, it's for a fundraiser for Palestine, so if you see anything that doesn't have a red dot on it, reach out to us and all go to medical relief in Palestine. We have our exhibition coming up in November 13th. It's with Helen Zugade. She's a gorgeous painter, illustrative painter. Highly recommend coming if you're in town. And without further ado, I'll give it away to Amanda Ekery, Mexican Syrian singer-songwriter, composer, overall wonderful community artist. So yeah, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, reach out to us and enjoy the show.
Thank you to Veronica, Lisa, Kevin, Sunny, everybody at Al-Bustan. It's been a really wonderful week being in Philly with you all. I'm so loud, you can hear me later. We'll get started and then I'll share the project with you. We're playing music from my latest album, Árabe, which is about Mexican and Syrian shared history and culture. And this is the first track, Sky Rooted. The sky, our gulls play their strings, tethered by roots, they pull, tie, and cling. Abundance surrounds us, tended by our own. They knot the connections, ensure we are sown. Oh, names are forgotten, but faces hold traces of memories, stories to unlace. Rooted we are through their motives and eyes. We carry them on, always rooted to the sky. Thank you. I'm joined by Ross Whiteman on bass and Joëlie Gare on guitar. So this project Árabe has been over 6 years in the making. It started in 2018 when I had just moved to New York City, and I found out that the Brooklyn Public Libraries had Ancestry.com. So I started looking stuff up on the computer, and I was just mostly curious about why there was such a sizable population of Arabs in El Paso, Texas, where I'm originally from. And it led to, interviewing people, finding papers, finding research about how much commonality there is between Mexican and Syrian cultures, particularly in Texas and the borderland where I'm from. And part of this process involved a lot of family interviews. And this next song is Ya no Baqué, and it translates to What Do You Get? And I found this song in my Sitho's record book. She has old 78 RPM records from her mom, who used to order these tracks from a Lomphone record company, which is one of a few Arab American record labels that were in the early 1900s. And this record label, Lomphone Records, used to be on Atlantic Ave in Brooklyn, across from present-day Sahadi's, which is a well-known Arabic grocery store, and Damascus Bakery. The building is now Barnes & Noble, so if you go, the Barnes & Noble is where Lomphone used to be. But this track, on the album, you'll hear a snippet of my great-grandfather, Fahim, talking about, he's speaking half in Arabic, half in Spanish, and he's saying memories from your cousins in El Paso, Texas. And so that's also was part of her record album, just all these old home recordings that we manipulated for the record. And then this song is about, what do you get? بكسيت مني الأسرار بزود في النار بكسيت مني الأسرار بزود في النار يكفي اليزار ومرار فاهمني إنه بكي فاهمني 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 يا إنه بكي بكسيت مني الأسرار بزود في النار بكسيت مني الأسرار بزود في النار يكفي اليزار ومرار فاهمني إنه بكي فاهمني 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 يا إنه بكي بكسيت مني الأسرار بزود في النار بكسيت مني الأسرار بزود في النار يكفي اليزار ومرار فاهمني إنه بكي فاهمني 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 يا إنه بكي you. So in doing the research for this project, I knew I wanted to do something with food. There's such strong hospitality in both like Syrian and Mexican cultures, along with others, but it's like if you go to anybody's house, it's like, oh, are you hungry? No, okay, I'm gonna make you just half of what's in the fridge. And here, there's tea, there's welcome, it's always like an invitation to come into somebody's space. And I found out that the agricultural like soil that's found like in the Chihuahuan Desert in northern Mexico and El Paso region has the same properties as the deserts in Syria. So a lot of the same like spices and plants can grow. So a lot of the same mixture of stuff that's in za'atar is also in mole. I also found that when a lot of Arab immigrants were coming from Greater Syria, coming through Mexico, a lot of them came through Veracruz and stayed in Mexico, and probably the most famous cross-cultural food dish that is tacos al pastor. It's like on every taco menu. I actually just saw on Instagram this morning, there's a guy in Queens that's doing al pastor pizza. It sounds very interesting. I would like to go that. And he's from Puebla, of all places, because Puebla is also where tacos Árabes originated. So like if you've ever had a taco with a pita bread, basically. So all these kind of shared flavors and inspiration with each other just from a lot of Syrians coming through Mexico. So this song is about to give. It's about the food and how it's a gift to be able to share food with somebody. Tie your hair back, wash your hands. A bit of this much of that, no need to measure. See it rise, see that color, see how it smells, be quick to move, oh, you'll remember. A few moments more, place them like this, grab these, don't forget that. I think we're ready to give to someone else, for someone else to have the time to share what has been made for life, to sustain, to fulfill an act of love. Place, take a seat, dig and go on, no need to wait, can't let it get cold. Take more than that, don't be shy now, try that with this here, pass that there, you're gonna eat more, right? A few spoonfuls more, finish that plate, salutes yet then to health, it is a pleasure. table set with care, with stories, it's where we begin to give to someone else, for someone else to have the time to share what has been made for life, to sustain, to fulfill an act of love. Thank you. This next song is the first song that I wrote of this project, and it was based on some interviews that I did with the Syrian Ladies Club of El Paso. And the Syrian Ladies Club, it's been around since the 1930s, and it's like a network too. There's like the Southern Federation of Syrian Lebanese Families, and the chapter in El Paso, one of my best friends, definitely the one that I've known the longest, his mom is a president of the Syrian Ladies Club. So I was like, can I come over and interview everybody? And after, learning more about oral history and more about like researching people or interviewing people, I realized that interviewing all these ladies at once was not the right way to do it, but they fed off each other's energy, which was really nice. And one of them was telling me about how she came to be in El Paso, and she was living in Greater Syria at the time, met a man on a Thursday, married him on Saturday, and left for El Paso in the United States on Sunday. So yeah, gone and married in 3 days. And I asked her, I was like, were you okay? Like, how was it? And she's like, I hated it. I hated being away from my family. I hated, that I didn't really have a choice in all of it. But then she started making friends. She had kids. She started working and made a life for herself in El Paso. And she ended the interview with me saying something like, my kids all live in Austin now and they want me to move, but I don't want to move. Like, all my friends are here. Like, my world is here now. So this is called 3 Days. It's her story, and it's about making a home away from where you thought you'd be. 3 days from stranger to wife, desert for desert, mountain for mountain, trading a life. Unseen while the plans are laid out, passage through passage, farewells recounted, eyes fill with doubt. A place awaits far from the home a heart has known, but a heart can grow. But the sun is put out. New people, no purpose, new language left wordless, living silently without. A place awaits far from the home a heart has known, but a heart must grow. Take the place that is new, make a life and a home that has space for a you. 3 days, from a stranger to wife, now mother and partner and leader and donor. Oh, what a life. A place awaits far from the home a heart has known, but a heart has grown. Thank you. This next song is called Between, and in the early 1900s, when the first large wave of Arab immigration was happening to the U.S., and between the Mexican Revolution happening, a lot of Mexican citizens were also coming to the U.S. They were facing a very binary court system. So the U.S. Immigration law at the time was you either have to be white or black on forms to enter the United States. And for obvious reasons of Jim Crow laws, racism in the South, a lot of these Syrians and Mexicans did not want to be categorized as black, but they also weren't always white passing. So they went to the courts to be recognized as white, which is why on forms today, a lot of times you're checking a box of white, and then it includes Middle Eastern, North African, and also people of Mexican descent. And actually 2030 is going to be the first year that the census has its own category for MENA, Middle Eastern, North African people, and its own category for Hispanics. It's not going to be an ethnicity, it's going to be in the race category, which is, years of advocacy work that has been done to recognize these categories for, better demographic information, voting, things, resources that can happen. So this song is about when they kind of identity and how they're between these categorizations. It's called Between. 1, 2, 3. Can a court decide identity, membership into exclusivity, a preferred ethnicity? And how does one decide who's better here, unwelcome there, who belongs elsewhere? And how long after one migrates, works to assimilate, pays the tax rate, is a citizen of your state? And when does one feel home? After kids are grown, mortgage paid, it's owned. Still in this gray zone and living in between. Lone decide who will be denied and who is fit for pride, where they will divide and who can be inside and who will be outside. And what if you're between? Thank you. So El Paso at one point in time was the largest manufacturer of men's pants in the United States because of the Farah Manufacturing Company. Farah's was owned by two Syrian brothers, and I had grandparents on both sides of my family work for them. They were the largest employer in El Paso, put out a lot of pants. They turned the factory into a mall in the last 3 years, but it was vacant for a long time since they closed. And this next song, Stitching, is from my grandmother's perspective on my mom's side, who worked there as a seamstress. And she was there in the 70s when it's called the Strike of the Century. It was a very large Chicano-led strike at Farah's that was, asking for better work conditions, pay, health benefits. And she was working at the factory during the time that this all happened. So this song, Stitching, Joelle's part, which is, you want to play it? You can imagine like a sewing machine. So it has some of that, and also some of the lyrics it's about my grandma and working for her kids as a single mom, but then also has some of the strikers' demands. So take a quick breath in, that's your break, no break time. And so there's some of the hopes and demands in the lyrics of what the women striking were doing. And overall, Stitching and the song just has this knotty relationship between immigrant entrepreneurship and workers' rights. How do you balance both? They won the strike too. They ended up unionizing, Farah's did. And they never returned to the level of manufacturing that they did, but they continued for a very long time and expanded beyond men's pants. But then they closed in the 90s. Labor for love, labor for need. Stitch for the ones you want to dream. Sew them a world beyond your grasp. All on your own, you make it last for them. Another day, you clock it in. Mind on the task, pull prick and pin. Measure to craft, measure to make. Take a quick breath in, that's your break. For them, you do it for them. Each thread a piece, each day a cut. Each week a wage, no food for thought. Who has the time to approach fun? Moving the needle, you can't wonder. For them, your fingers work to the bone, so you can have something of your own. If it's a burden or a chore, you take it on, surging more and more and more and more. For them, you do it for them. ever need, stitched for the ones you want to dream. It's in their eyes you see a world that you have made. Watch it all unfurl. For them, for them, for them, for them, for them. You've done it for them. Thank you. So I found out in my research that El Paso was the original Sin City. It was called Sin City before Vegas was. And this had to do with gambling is illegal in Texas. It still is. But El Paso at the time in the early 1900s was like, we're going to let this happen and we're going to fine it. And then we're going to use all the fines to pay for stuff that we want. So it was known for being lax on everything that was prohibited at the time. Downtown, there's this Toltec building, which used to be Casino Mexicano, and there's rumors that like Pancho Villa used to hang out there. Now it's a bail bond place, still very beautiful though on the outside. There's also this scholar, Dr. Filippidi, who kind of developed Arab American studies in the United States. In one of his books, Arabs in America, I think it's called, or Arabs in the United States, something like that. He has this section where he talks about how a lot of Syrians came over when they came to America. Very few of them knew about gambling, but very few left without participating in it. And there's the Southern Federation of Syrian and Lebanese families. Every summer they throw this hafli, this big party, and at every hafli they have like a casino night where like grandkids are gambling with their grandparents. It's like fake casino money, but it's very much so like a fun thing to do. And my grandparents on my dad's side love going to the casino. We're very close to New Mexico and El Paso, so that's what my Sitho does every day. Although recently she just found like a slot machine on Craigslist. And so now there's one in her room. So she doesn't have to go out. She can play poker and all the Texas Hold'em, all the game machine stuff. So this is one for her, and it's called Lucky. Yeah, thanks for coming. Do the lines know she's playing as she punches the max bet, pouring all the week's frustrations into her dicey outlet, watching those sevens tumble away like her concerns. She always hits the sweet spot, increasing her returns. She walks knowing the landscape, every buzzer cranking word, her eyes always searching for the one her ears not heard. The usuals know what's coming when she closes in on one. When in doubles and free games, it's something more than fun. To play, 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 lucky, lucky in the bones. Bones, I know the tricks of knowing, knowing times of old. Play, 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 lucky, lucky in the bones. Bones, I know the touch of loving, loving all you hold, all you hold. Is it a danger or a dedication, comfort or culture, a risk or ritual, a streak or skill, an escape or an expense, temptation or tradition, a condition or cure, or just a habit for the thrill? To play, 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 lucky, lucky in the bones, bones that hold the tricks of knowing, knowing times of old. Play, 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 lucky, lucky in the bones, bones that know the touch of loving, loving daughter came to her church of worship to learn to play her game. How to bet how much and when to quit, when to move on and when to hit. Sharing her history bit by bit so that she can play on and on. Thank you. We've entered the country half of the album. This next one is called Evil Eye, and in both Mexican and Syrian cultures, like many, the evil eye superstition is kind of a big deal. You get cursed by glances of people who, sometimes it's not even intentionally. It's like, oh, you have a nice shirt on. I wish I had that. Curse. But there's all these different ways to combat the evil eye curse. There's, popping Esfand seeds. There's the charm. There's rubbing an egg on you and cracking it over the water. A couple months ago when egg prices were super high, I saw on the internet somebody was like, if you have el mal de ojo, you're stuck with it. I'm not buying eggs to waste on your curse lifting. But when I was writing the song, I was trying to think, who is it that's usually doing these things? Who's giving you the charm? Who's cracking the egg? Who's saying the holy incantations? And it's usually people who love you, your family members, your friends, somebody who's close to you. So the take of this song is, what if the evil eye charm wasn't a thing, but it's people. It's the people in your life. I know you always tell me straight. I know you don't sugarcoat. No need to beat around the bush. You tell me what others won't. And I know you always have my back, even when I'm not always right. I know you'll always pick up first and try to make it all alright. But I don't know what's coming next, but I know I want you next to me. And even when I go away, how do I see? And I know you're always fixing to critique my work but build me up. that you are proud of me, even when I wish you'd just shut up. And I know you won't disappear. I know you won't walk away. And I know that you love me back, even if you don't always say. But I don't know what's coming next, but I know I want you next to me. And even when I go away, how do I see? And I don't know what's coming next, but I know I want you next to me. And even when we are apart, how do I will be? Thank you. This next one, I'm going to talk about after. We're going to play a game. If anybody can guess the name of this song, I'll give you a sticker. I guarantee everybody knows this song, and I'll give you some hints. Ross has the melody the whole time. And it's a very famous corrido song or nursery rhyme. Somebody gave me that. They're like, you should say nursery rhyme. Good luck. Thank you. Any guesses? Even if you guess, I'll give you a sticker. I see some discussion. I see some discussion happening.
Once you know, you cannot hear it.
It's La Cucaracha. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Very spaced out, very spread out. And the reason I picked this song for this project was I found out that it's rumored to be derived from a Moorish sailor song. And there's also a ton of reasons why, so I'm gonna get it. So it's derived to be from a Moorish sailor song, and I wanted to kind of have this like watery sounds, so it's like very spread out and wavy. And it became really popular in the 1920s when El Paso specifically was going through a ton of change. There was a lot of people coming from Mexico from the Mexican Revolution. It was also when a ton of Syrians were coming through. They had to hire 2 Arabic translators to be at the border at the time. And there's all these different versions of it. The one that I grew up knowing was like a one-legged cockroach is dancing. But the one like in the 1920s was like Pancho Villa's like a savior. There's also like the weed smoking cockroach version as well. You know that one? It's out there. Yeah. So all this time, like this great change in El Paso is happening during this time. And totally separate from that, my dad, who's of Syrian descent, when I feel like I was 7 or 8, he got this 1949 Mercury, which I love this car. It's like he painted it matte black. There's like Serape seat covers and like the lining's done up. It looks like a real like Chuco lowrider. And I found out that Mercury's, also we nicknamed it the La Cucaracha. So it's related. And I found out in doing research that the Mercury, only for like a 3-year period from like 1949 to 1952, were fully made and assembled in Dearborn, Michigan, which is like Arab America. It's the largest population of Arabs outside of the Arab world. And I did a residency at the Arab American National Museum in 2022, where I worked on this project, and I went to the plant, the River Rouge plant, where Mercuries were assembled. So this whole song, lots of throughways, but thought to be derived from a Moorish sailor song. So there's the water sounds. Became popular during this time of great change in El Paso in regards to immigration. And then the the cucaracha, the Mercury, and how it's like, it feels like kind of fated that my dad would end up with this car in El Paso. But all that is the reason behind that song. The next song we're gonna do is called Proud to Be. And in doing this project, a lot of it is in the past. Like a lot of it was like researching stuff like from the early 1900s, but I wanted to connect it to stuff that's happening now. And Proud to Be is specifically about our government and our government's military. And when I was starting this project in 2018, they were building, more detention centers in El Paso for separating children from their families. There was also areas in Syria that were being bombed that were on no strike lists. And just since this project has happened, we're witnessing a genocide. There's so much that our government does that or that I am ashamed of. And the way that we present ourselves is often not, in taking in regards to other countries and people. So this song is specifically geared towards Mexico and Syria, but it is relatable to everything that has been happening in the last 3 years, 5 years, 100 years. Ready? 1, 2, 3. always us that sets the price. Telling both sides without a sacrifice. And how do we always have a place to go with the doors shut tight and the windows rolled low? Why is it always us that gets to lead? And why is it always us that breaks the hearts? Playing both sides till we rip them all apart. And how do we always say the same old shit with prayers in our thoughts like we weren't a part of it? Why is it always us that does the deed? And I can be proud and ashamed of where I come from and what they do, angry and content of what is past and what they've yet to prove. It is what it is and it's not what we preach, but if this is who we are, what are we proud to be? And why is it always us that bends the truth? Afraid of trusting, so we never see it through. And how do we always have a helping hand that comes with conditions and never understands? Why don't we ever learn from our mistakes? And I can be proud and ashamed of where I come from and what they do, angry and content of what is past and what they've yet to prove. It is what it is and it's not what we preach, but if this is who we are, what are we proud to be? Why is it always us that can't admit the mirror tells the truth, but it's not enough to quit? And how do we go about living our lives with weapons in our hands and blinders on our eyes? Why can't we ever settle for second place? What they do, angry and content of what is past and what they've yet to prove. It is what it is and it's not what we preach, but if this is who we are, I can be proud of it and angry at him too. I can be ashamed of him and content to see it through. It is what it is and it's not what we preach, but if this is who we are, we're not getting very far to becoming something we can be proud to be. Thank you all so much. This project had so much research and stories behind it that I ended up writing essays for each track. And it's like a book plus an album. Ross helped design this whole thing, took the pictures in front of El Paso. The Franklin Mountains are here. The inside is, the end pages are a nod to both the Ottoman era Damascus tiles and Talavera Mexican style tiles. So all these also are plants that are found in the Chihuahuan Desert. And then each track has its own essay. So like, this is To Give, the food one. It has a picture and then all the research and the stories behind each one. Because I was like, how am I gonna share all this cool stuff that I found and not give you a 5-hour lecture with some music sprinkled in? So all of the stuff, all the research and the stories are in here, and then in the back is the record. So it's sewn into the binding, and then each record is different. They're all similar colors, but like the splash of color is very different. And they're printed in Mexico City. And we have some for sale in the back if you want. We also have digital versions. We have one more song for you, but before we do that, thank you, Kevin, for sound. Making us sound good. Thank you, Sunny, for documenting. Thank you, Veronica and Lisa, for inviting us to Al-Bustan. It's been a really wonderful week. Joelle Gade on guitar. Besides being an amazing guitar player, Joelle is also a fantastic composer. She has her own big band, and they're going into the studio this week to record her debut album for the project. So you can check out her work, follow along, get the recording. Ross Whiteman on bass. In addition to being a fantastic bass player and album designer, you're also a sound artist and do a great series in New Haven. If you all are ever in that part of Connecticut, there's a big show on Halloween night with Negative Land too. If you know them, hang out. This last one's called Without You. It's about leaving home, but knowing that the people that you associate with home can always welcome you back. Thank you all so much for being here and listening on this beautiful afternoon. Also, just like I find myself looking out the window. It's just so nice to have the windows available. Whenever I'm around you, I go right back to our home. There is something about you, something warm, well known. Your hair is a little longer, and your style's changed a bit. You've loved, you've lost, you've wandered, and made pieces fit. But oh, how the days have gone. You can see it in our face. And oh, how I do regret the day I left. I fear I've lost my place. And time keeps growing thinner, but with you it's whole again. It's easy with you always, 'cause you knew me when. And I feel bad playing catch up, 'cause I haven't been around. But we pick up where we left off, never lost, just found. And oh, how the days have gone, and we all have made our place. And oh, how I can't regret the days I've spent coming back to see your face. And our moments spent together are less often than I wish. And I know I'm sentimental and tend to reminisce, but standing here before you, don't ever have a doubt. I think of you and who we are, and can't live without you. Thank you all so much. We'll be hanging around. Joelle Gade, Ross Whiteman. My name is Amanda Ekery. The project is Árabe. Thank you all so much for listening and coming.